And we're live. It is Friday. What a way to start your stream. It is. I saw Wednesday on the screen and I was like, it's the day after Wednesday. No, it is Friday, December 3rd. Man, I've been getting the date wrong constantly. The time is 8:04 p.m. after that lengthy intro session. Just making sure I got the microphone on. The temperature outside is around 0 degrees Celsius. Let's see, what is the weather? I've got my handy. Yep, it says 0. We're going to have a high of 2 and a low of 0. So hopefully everything looks good and sounds good. This is my first time doing this kind of stream on this channel, if not forever. So the idea behind this one was one that I've had for a while, and recently a moderator kind of suggested that I do something similar to this, and that kind of made me want to re-explore this idea. So what I did was I went out on Wednesday and I recorded a fairly lengthy night walk, which was great because it got my step count way up. And the idea was to do a silent video and then stream it on Friday night with an audience, and I can kind of narrate it and, you know, make my usual smart-ass comments and remarks while we hang out. So it can be a bit interactive, a bit of a hangout, a bit of a Q&A, a bit of a watch party, just kind of a whole lot of everything. But rather than use recycled footage and stuff that you've seen before or stuff that's aged and it's not very current, I thought, let's make a new video for it. So I went out Wednesday night and I went for a really long walk, and I stupidly did not wear my running shoes. I am the last person to wear boots, so I'm very surprised at myself that I wore boots to go on this like hour and 40-minute night walk that wasn't going to have any breaks. So yikes, mistake on my part for that, but I made it through. It was actually not a big deal after a few minutes. I forgot I was even wearing the boots. But here we go. Welcome to a new kind of stream. I don't know how often I'll do this. Maybe once or twice a month. If it becomes, if we get a lot of viewers and people really like it, we might do it more than that. So currently right now we are sitting in Dundas West Station. I'm just waiting for the next train to roll by. And then when it comes in, we're going to get up and we're going to go for a walk, and we're going to head east along Bloor Street all the way from Dundas West Station to Bay Street, and then I'm going to head south. We're going to see the Barbara Ann Scott Ice Trail. It's my first time seeing that this season. There's a lot of people out skating. It's well lit. It's quite a nice area. And then I'm going to pop into the subway station. So this whole thing should be over by 9:45. If you just want to say hi, say hi. You certainly don't have to watch it all now. You can always come back and re-watch it later on the channel, but I just wanted to try something new, and let me know down in the comments your thoughts. Also, you might notice, oh, my arm's cut off, but you might notice I'm using the new green screen. So I've been playing around with this, trying to get the best setup possible, and I think I've kind of nailed it, I hope. Black Box 863, $20. Hi Johnny. Hello, Black Box 863. Thank you very much.
Hi, Johnny.
And as you can see, the text-to-speech alerts are on, although that looked a little small. Let me make those on-screen alerts a little bigger. I don't think people on mobile could see this. So the train's rolling in. I'm going to get up and follow the train out. No, I did not write this down. And I've got the chat right next to my camera. I experimented. I used 5 different cameras in my home that I really didn't want to buy an SLR or a mirrorless just to do a better quality home live stream. So I used my iPhone, I used my Galaxy S20, I used another old smartphone, I tried my GoPro, I tried everything. So hopefully this looks good, hopefully it sounds good. If not, there's always room to improve it. I've got lights everywhere. I feel like I'm in a freaking movie studio, but I will be doing some more technical, geeky, nerdy stuff on my other channel, Johnny Stumbles, which you can see up there on the top left. There we go. I just turned on my socials. That's something I made just for the live streams, and you'll see that on my streams out. So that's enough blabbing from me. Let's take a look at the chat. Ali BHG, Robert, COVID Hippo, Kathleen, T.O. Steve, Jeanette, Marie Palmer, Marcia, Blackbox, Patrick, Hadley, Tara Evans, Susan, Deborah. Welcome to a very different stream. And we have 221 viewers already. This is pretty good for a home stream. Normally when I do the ones from home, they don't do that well, but do you guys think I'm too big? Am I too small? Is it just right? Is it better when I disappear? Like, where's my camera? Like, I can disappear. Maybe that's better. I can make myself bigger. I can spin around. I can do a dance. Errol says, love it. Turn the video sound down, but not off. Is it too loud, guys? I kind of want people to be able to hear the video sound. Here, I can test it myself. I don't know. I kind of want it so when people rewatch it, they can hear it. And I actually did some tests to try to get the level correct. So I know I normally play it pretty quiet, so I talk over it. But the point of this is to watch it together. So I think the audio experience is just as important as the visual one. And it wouldn't be a Friday night or any night with Johnny Strides or Stumbles without some kind of beverage. So we're gonna have a Hop City Barking Squirrel Amber Lager, 5%, and you'll notice how the can magically cuts off when it leaves the zone. Brandon N. Hulu released a documentary on Astroworld, and despite the backlash, the documentary immediately got removed from Hulu after being up for 5 hours. Brandon N. Thank you for the $6.99, and that is super interesting, and that sounds like something I'd want to watch. That type of thing is right up my alley. Thank you, Brandon N. Ali BHG says great size. So thank you for the $6.99. And if you're having a drink out there, a virtual cheers, you'll notice I do not have a...
Hulu released a documentary on Astroworld, and despite the backlash the documentary got, it immediately got removed from Hulu after being up for 5 hours.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. So now we are heading south out of the subway station down to Bloor Street. So I actually did a live stream last night that came north up from Roncy to Bloor, and I headed east for a block to Lansdowne. So if you watched last night's live stream in real time, the first several blocks are going to be a bit of duplication, although this is much later, and that was a Thursday night, this is a Wednesday night, whatever. I'm done trying to not duplicate it. Ryan Martin says, Johnny, what do you do for a living? Well, this is kind of it. I quit my job. I do this full time. And we're having a very good month in December. November was kind of really low. And then with all the snow walk videos, we've had one decent snowfall, 1 week snowfall. I got 4 videos out of it. I've started to crank out some holiday themed videos. Tomorrow is going to be a normal video that I recorded early today, but Sunday will be another holiday themed video. So this is the best month of the year to be doing this as a Canadian YouTuber. We've already kind of had our window of opportunity, so I'm trying to make videos that people want to see, and yeah, so this is what I do. Fat Tony says, feels no different than, say, a premiere, only you're on screen to know what's the big deal. It's not a big deal. I'm just trying a new kind of stream. But it's different from a premiere because I'm not talking the whole video. Ali BHG says your YouTube is slow tonight. You know, I've got it over on my big TV, and it's about 30 seconds behind this. So there is a pretty good lag right now. Theo Steve says the snow vid's doing well. Yeah. One of them, oh yeah, I don't have to worry about stuff here. I can just go look. Like I accidentally covered up the chat, but I can go into whatever I want. When I do my other streams, I have to be very careful what I bring up on the screen. Sorry guys, I can't see your chat. My Toronto's first snowfall of the season video already has 30,000 views. And the second snowfall video I did already has 14,000 views. So, here, let me get the chat back up. Debbie says she's getting back to recording tomorrow. Hopefully you get a snowfall. Fat Tony, didn't you already say that? Okay. You do know that repeating comments is spam, and the mods don't like spam. Because I asked them not to like spam. Alex Teo says those snowfall vids do so well. Yeah, that's why I was like clamoring for the bit to get out and record the first snowfall. If you add reverb to this green screen and tell us Mata, you will be like a TV Swami. Hello, Kohana. Welcome to the chat. So we are currently walking underneath the West Toronto Rail Path. And this is where I live streamed yesterday. And it was actually recording this walk. I kind of messed up because when I used to do my silent walks, I really liked wearing headphones and I would listen to podcasts. And I forgot to do that on this one, so I'm not wearing headphones. But I got the idea to kind of go here the next day and do that live stream. I was like, let's kind of hang out in the rail path. We'll watch some trains go by, and that'll be kind of neat. So that was sort of what prompted me to go out and do last night's live stream. Paranormal Witness Girl. So I made it to Toronto, but hiding in your hotel room because Toronto is too cold for you. As a Floridian, you're not used to this kind of weather. Today was like 2 degrees, and it wasn't that windy, so it was actually pretty nice for a cold day. I would even say you could have double sweatered it rather than go with the winter coat. The weird thing is when it's like 7 or 8 degrees and it's windy, you'll want to have a coat on because it'll be cold. But when it's like closer to 0 but it's not windy, it actually feels kind of nice. Brandon can assume Dundas West is pretty safe at night. Yeah, I don't actually. I've never had a problem with Dundas Street East, but okay. Johnny, drink German beer as a German Canadian. Cat Tony says when you interact with chat, it kind of ruins your approach to the stream. Nope. There is no approach to the stream. The point is to hang out. I'm making it up as I go here. And speaking of that, we are heading... We just crossed one rail track, so we're now inside the Junction Triangle. So when I go over and I hit the next rail track, we're going to be on the other side of the Junction Triangle. You like the silent walks. You can hear the city and the people. Yeah. I like doing the silent walks. I actually have an idea to start banking these silent walks. So there's going to be something coming up in that sense as well. This is a pretty long light cycle. Don't get drunk on stream. There's a MMA event coming up after this at 10 p.m., which I will continue drinking. I also have to finish off tomorrow's video and get a start on Sunday's video. Johnny, would you ever narrate the 2-hour walking video? The one I did silently? I'd rather make a new one. Yeah, in terms of the silent walks, a lot of people are saying they like the silent walks. What I want to do is get what's known as like a binaural recording headset. And that way I can record true stereo. And I think that'll be neat. This here is what I think a depressingly disgusting stretch of Dundas Street West. You'll notice on both sides of the street, there's no retail at all. On Bloor Street West. I talked about this in my stream last night, but every time I see it, I just find it so cringe-inducing. Like, where's the retail? Like, this is a major street. You can have residential on top and behind, but just to take this approach in such a major street in such an important area, I think is just, let's just fire and ban whatever planner was behind it. show a scooter vid and get the handlebars in the green frame for a casual, cool set. That could be neat. Can you use the audio from your silent walks just to get the ambient noise? I don't think I would copyright strike that. But I don't want to give carte blanche to anyone to use it. But sure, I mean, there's better external audio. So these rail tracks here are going to take us out of the junction triangle. Let me just bring something up here as... Just want to take a look here. I can cheat. I can look at Google Maps as we go. So I can look stuff up that I didn't know about and give it to you as new information. This is an amazing new way to stream. Action Kid is here. Action Kid says, man, this is amazing technology. Welcome to the stream. I saw you were just out streaming earlier tonight. I had my eye on that. I went out to record a video, but I saw that. You're taking in all the festive Christmas action in New York City. So we have left the junction triangle. And if you look at Google Maps, you can kind of see where the rail tracks cross. And we are approaching Lansdowne. And this is an area, we're entering an area known as Bluerdale Village, although you'll almost never hear anybody actually call it Bluerdale Village. It's one of those like business improvement area names, I think. So the BIA calls it that, but I don't think anyone actually calls it that. Just across on the street on the right is Paradise. That is a entertainment parlor that you wouldn't want to bring kids into. We could just say that. Ava, this was recorded on Wednesday, so I recorded this 2 nights ago. And then I, because it's a night video and I use these small sensored cameras, I had to run it through a denoising filter. And because I'm streaming in 1080p, even though I recorded in 4K, I also reduced this video to 1080p and denoised it. So, welcome to Bluerdale Village. We're going to be walking past Lansdowne Station. Then once I get past Lansdowne Station, we're going to be past where I was in last night's stream. And then we'll be coming up on Dufferin. And Dufferin, through Ossington to Christie Pitts, I think is a really neat area. There's tons of really interesting small dive bars. And there's always a fair bit of street life. Maybe not so much this night, because it's a Wednesday night, but normally it's quite busy. You used to live near Bluerdale Village. Antropia Jean says, oh snap, this is my hood. Kohana can create her own paradise. What's interesting is there's not many of those gentlemen's clubs in the city, but I'm actually going to walk by another one in just a couple of minutes here. So there's going to be a few. If I go there, if they know me by name, that's because they know my YouTube channel. I don't go there all that often. How to use Pocket 2 for nighttime videos? I don't do anything different. Same settings as day videos, but I do run it through a denoising filter. That takes away a lot of the grain, but it also, I don't think you can do that on a laptop. You need like a desktop with good cooling. Nobody says the Danny, you grew up over there. Yeah, that's one of those things. This is just a business improvement area name. Nobody says Bloor Yorkville, but it's called Bloor Yorkville, right? Nobody says Bloor Court Village, which is coming up after Bluerdale, but that's what it's called. Have you been to Baddies? No, I haven't. I don't know, Tony. I've never really thought about that. And thank you to all 288 people for tuning in so far. So, since this is a new kind of stream, I don't know how often I'm going to do it, but I just like trying new things, and now I've got this new setup. So let me know your thoughts and comments down below. This is not replacing the other streams. I'm not going to go out and stream less in the real world than this. This is in addition to. And also, I might reuse this video in a creative fashion later. I might re-upload it to the Stumbles channel for those that like quiet vids. I might create another channel of just silent walking videos and just dump them all there. I don't know what yet I'm going to do with it, but I'm not going to delete it. Like often with older videos, I just purge them. But with this one, I don't know. Bill Chow, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Lisa says Bluerdale is a thing and Bluercart too. Yeah, but people don't say that. I never hear people say that. People just say I'm going to like Bloor and Dufferin. I'm going to Ossington. There's the House of Lancaster. So we have hit 2 gentlemen's clubs, and there will be 1 more on this walk if you're keeping score. So if you're making that a drinking game every time we walk by one of those places, you're going to be waiting a very, very long time before we get to the next one. Call this walk style Johnny Glides. And there's a Christmas tree. Speaking of which, tonight, just before this video, I went out and recorded a Christmas-themed walk. I took in a lot of, not a lot, but a fair bit of Christmas decorations. Any updates for when your next walk with the guest will be? No, I still need to contact some of the viewers who reached out to me, and there's a few YouTubers I'm reaching out to still. Probably not for the next few weeks, to be honest. Okay, well, if people live in those areas, call it that, but nobody from outside. If you took a poll of the city of Toronto, I bet 95% of the residents wouldn't have a clue what Bluerdale is. And that's kind of my point. Whereas they would all know what Yorkville is. So when I say nobody calls it that, like, nobody actually calls it that, other than people that live there. And you know I'm right on that. Nobody in Scarborough knows what Bluerdale is. There is... yeah, it's pretty quiet. But once I get past Dufferin, usually there's a lot more people. And I think on this particular night, there was a lot more people. So let's see. Dufferin should be coming up pretty soon. There's an old school on the right. There's usually a DJ out at the corner of Dufferin and Bloor, but they were not out tonight. You were just shopping there. Yeah, there's an A&W coming up on the right. And I noticed, Yogi, you're not feeling so well. You, feel free to take the night off. I know it's 2 a.m. or after that over in the UK, and I appreciate the fact that you always try to make the streams. It's amazing. You're an amazing mod, but take care of yourself, please. Perhaps when recording these walks, you should slow down and show the storefronts. You know why I don't do that? Because then you have to swing the camera over to the store, and it's very disorienting. And you're only gonna, unless I stop and look at it, you're only going to see what's in the store for like 2 seconds. And it's just going to go by in a blur. And if I stop to actually show what's in the windows, then I'm going to cover like a third the ground. So I make kind of, there's a rule with YouTube. The golden rule that is the first thing I learned is make videos that you want to watch. Make stuff that is for you so you enjoy it. And I don't enjoy walking slowly. I hate walking slowly. You'll notice I walk fast. I'm not somebody to look in windows. Frankly, those people kind of annoy me because you're trying to go somewhere. So my videos reflect my walking style. So that's all it is. If you want to look in store windows, watch another channel. Yogi says, she had some sleep before the stream. Thank you. Oh, great. hope you're feeling better. And here is the intersection of Bloor and Dufferin. So just to the south of here is Dufferin Mall. And this is where the Dufferin bus rolls through. You took the 2-hour sightseeing around the city. That's where you froze. The 2-hour bus where you sit in the upper deck. Have you live streamed from Rexdale? No, I have never recorded from Rexdale. It's something I've been meaning to do. I just don't... It's really hard when there is like not even like a main street or downtown somewhere. It's just... It's just hard to even pick a route. And it's, I mean, the city of Toronto, the transit system kind of makes it really difficult to get out to those regions. Like it's like a two and a half hour trip for me just to get there, which is kind of ridiculous. All right, so we have crossed Dufferin Street. The next subway station will be Ossington, and then after that will be Christie Pitts, and then we'll be in Koreatown. Dufferin Mall is north, not south. Dufferin Mall is south of here, Black Box 863. You turn right, which is south on Dufferin Street to go to Dufferin Mall. I love it when people correct me. It's like, okay, there's a 50% chance I got it wrong because it was a slip of the tongue or I made an honest mistake, but usually people correct me and there's a 50% chance they're wrong, and it's funny. Like, why would you correct someone with incorrect information? As for the e-bike, no. We got hit with all the snow, so I just didn't get a chance to get the e-bike fixed. Yeah. I can't acknowledge or read every single chat. Sorry. Same goes when I'm out in the live streams. Like last night, it was night. It was kind of hard to read my screen. I was literally seeing like 15% of your chats. Yeah, maybe I'll be able to get out and do Rexdale pretty soon. There's that creepy doll store. I do remember in a previous video I did stop and I slowed down and I took a long look in it. But we are the neighborhood to the north of here is another one of those things you don't really hear people in the city say. Maybe the people who live there, and that's Dovercourt Park. So this area actually has two names. The BIA calls it Bloor Court, which does not apply north or south of Bloor. It only applies to Bloor Street. The neighborhood to the north, I believe, would be Dovercourt Park, which is the actual neighborhood name that the city of Toronto gives it. And that's why there's often different names for the same area. Like if you're in South Riverdale, you could be in Riverside, or you could be in... Sorry, I was thinking you could be in Riverside along Queen Street because that's called Riverside, but it's also Riverdale, otherwise known as South Riverdale. So in Toronto, you'll have neighborhoods that often have different names because the BIA wants to call their little strip something special because they only get to manage a very short section, whereas out of a greater neighborhood. So in this case, I believe Bloor Court is just this stretch of Bloor Street, and Dovercourt Park is the actual neighborhood, and this is on the south end. So it's kind of confusing. You'll often have different names. And names change in time, like Yonge and Eglinton, where I am, used to be North Toronto. But now everyone just calls it Midtown. Even though Midtown is huge, like it's an enormous land coverage, I guess. When they say Midtown, they generally mean Yonge and Eglinton. Even though they could mean Yonge and St. Clair, Yonge and Davisville, Yonge and Bathurst. Those are the other main Midtown intersections, but generally they're talking about here. Any suggestions on great parks? High Park, Riverdale Park. Do you want urban downtown parks? Grange Park, Berksey Park. If you want kind of a provincial parks feeling, there is Tommy Thompson Park. Brian says this is a nice setup. Thank you. It's a. I do this kind of stream on my other channel, Johnny Stumbles, where we kind of watch stuff and hang out and chat and interact. But I wanted to try it with the green screen on this channel, and I wanted to record a video just for this. So it's pretty cool. Isn't Midtown still considered North Toronto? I don't. That's a good question. They call it North Toronto Collegiate, but I don't know anyone. And I think if you check Google Maps, what does Google Maps call North Toronto? Yeah, Google Maps outlines from Davisville up to Yonge and Lawrence as North Toronto. Well, there you go. But again, it's not one of those things I normally hear. So where are we here? I can't see the street sign. Is this Dovercourt we're approaching? John says, enjoy this format. Thank you. When I do it on the other channel, sometimes I get a little drunk and a little high. I'm trying to be a good boy tonight. Also, there's fighting on after this, so we'll be saving it for then. I'm really looking forward to having my night in front of the big screen TV. And we are approaching Ossington. Let's see here. I don't find our winters to be that bad, especially not in Toronto.
Isn't that?
Yeah, so we're in Dovercourt Park, and then where does Dovercourt Park end? What's cool, it ends at Ossington. So what's cool is if you ever pop in a neighborhood name into Google, it'll draw you the boundaries in the neighborhood. And then if you go to Wikipedia and you look at that neighborhood, or you go to local resources, you might see it drawn differently with different boundaries. So it's kind of there's different definitions of what downtown Toronto is, which is understandable, but in terms of official City of Toronto neighborhoods, there's only one real set of boundaries, and you can find that actually on the City of Toronto site. Bill Chow says Johnny's very knowledgeable. He's usually 95% accurate. I'd say 90%. I certainly get the date wrong a lot when I say that. 3 out of 4 videos I did recently, I got the date wrong. And sometimes one of them I didn't even know until we premiered it together. Richard has hated every winter you went through. You were a postman though, right? Mail carrier? I can imagine winter would not be a fun time for certain fields of work. Your first video I watched alive in this area. So after this, we're going to be going through Koreatown, and then after that, the Annex, and then oh, Black Box 863, my old neighborhood, $20 Black Box. Thank you. Thank you very much, Black Box, for the support, and thank you to everyone for joining in. Let's see if it reads that here. Come on, text to speech. How do you say? I say the S. I pronounce it Roncesvalles.
My old neighborhood.
There's actually videos on YouTube of people debating how you say it. People within that neighborhood. John says no one knows any pronunciation is good. Yep. A lot of people just say Ronzi because they don't want to even take part of that. The rat who plays Danganronpa. Evening, Johnny. Great to be hanging out with you as I go through all this paperwork on my desk and having the Holy Grail down here in Florida. A Molson. Stay warm and be safe and stay out of windows. Thank you all the way from Florida. I'm not in Florida. You're in Florida.
Evening, Johnny. Great to be hanging with you as I go through all this paperwork on my desk and having the Holy Grail down here in Florida. A Molson. Stay warm and be safe. And stay out of windows.
Thank you again. My text-to-speech reader is going to need a drink after reading that. Thank you for your support, Black Box, and thank you for the right who plays Danganronpa. Black Box lived right around this corner. So it is 8:39. I think this should be wrapping up around 9:45. SR Gots likes that the voice is Australian. Yes, it gives you a choice of voices. And that is the one that appealed to me. I just think it sounds neat. Doesn't it sound, when something's got an accent that's different than yours, it kind of sounds a bit distinguished? If you see my eyes shifting, the chat is there and the video is there and the camera is like right in between them. Yogi likes the one Ginny TTY uses. Yeah, hers is funny. I think she actually carries a speaker with her, so it'll play and then her microphone will pick it up. You can mix up your voices. That would be interesting. I can, but I can't. I guess I could change it midstream. Do you ever watch hockey? I'm not a huge hockey watcher. And we're crossing the street. Something happened. We have gone from the north side to the south side of the street. Magic Entertainer had a Mama Burger combo. After what should be tomorrow morning's video, I go and have a meal as well, but I don't include the meal, but it's at AMW, but I didn't have the Mama Burger combo. I had something else. Oh, I like the Aussie accent. There was that Australian show, was it on Prime? Like their version of Selling Sunset? I thought it was kind of neat. Also a lot of really big, nice houses. So coming up is going to be a bit of a boring stretch for a few minutes. On the north side will be Christie Pitts. It's not very well lit. On the right side there's like a collegiate institute I'll be walking past. But then it's pretty interesting the whole way. We're going to be in Koreatown and then the Annex. And then I'm going to shoot down Bay Street. I decided Bay Street, not Yonge Street, just because I've been doing so much Yonge Street lately. The real man is here. I guess you guys can see me when I'm being bad and looking at my phone, right? I have to master the art of... Maybe I could... I don't really want to turn the camera around. But... will this show? There is what I'm looking at. I've got a light off to the side and two lights in front of me and the microphone hanging down. So it's kind of like, I originally had all the lights directly at me, but Then if your face is evenly lit, it looks a little too flat, too boring, too much like you're one of those beauty channels. Susan says I'm always glued to my phone. I'm flaky. If you send me messages, I don't respond. If I'm looking at my phone, it's generally not responding with people. I usually just turn off my notifications. It's not a... One of my biggest... I believe that you have to practice what you preach. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people walk down the street looking at their phone, not paying attention. So you will never catch me dead doing that, just because I don't want to make a hypocrite out of myself. And I don't want to burden other people with like some zombie walking down the street holding a phone in their hand, just completely expecting the world to move out of their way. So yeah, it's kind of nice not paying close attention. What will my voice sound like, I wonder? Deborah Ball, thank you for the $4.99. You will sound like an Australian man. But thank you, Deborah Ball. I don't know if I have the login to jump into the settings to do that on this particular profile on Windows. Yes, I'm one of those people. But thank you, Deborah Ball, for the $4.99 and your support as we await the Australian voice to read that.
What will my voice sound like, I wonder?
There you go. So we're cruising into Koreatown. I'm going to cross the street in a minute, and on the north side of the street here is Christie Pitts, but I'm going to cross the street in a second, and we're going to check out that tiger on the other side. Okay. I don't walk while using my phone. I need to use it for like direction. I stop to look at Wing Zero. Yeah. If you're gonna look at your phone, like look over your shoulder. Make sure like you're not in anyone's way. Glance at it, and if you need to use it, like get the heck out of the way, right? Don't be one of those people. Mikhail Bandini, another night at the drawing desk. Thanks to you and the chat for keeping me company in this night at work. Deadlines are less stressful with you guys. Thank you, Mikhail Bandini, for the €9.99. And SR Gotts, I want the Australian dude to read my message, so I'm going to write nonsense in this box. Nonsense, see? Thank you, SR Gotts. All right, I'm going to shut up, so both of your messages will hopefully get read. Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you, SR Gotts. We're just going to wait for our Australian friend to read them. Teo Steve, I agree. Hello, Carl.
Another night at the drawing desk. Thanks to you and the chat for keeping me company in this night at work. Deadlines are less stressful with you, guys. I want the Australian dude to read my message, so I'm going to write nonsense in this box. Nonsense. See?
I wonder... Here, is this... I'm using Streamlabs, right? I'm gonna see if I can change that voice. Someone sent a super chat saying shrimps on the Barbie at Macca's. Oh, I can't change the voice now. We gotta wait for that to come through. Alert box, text to speech. I don't know if this is something I should be... Ava Sinclair, $5. Thanks for the tour. Thank you, Ava Sinclair. Thank you very much for your support. We're going to let the Aussie read that. As we are going through Koreatown. Toronto has two very Korean areas, but this is the official Koreatown. Do Boston accent. No phone zombies here. Yes, phone zombies. Stay away.
Thanks for the tour. Smiley face.
Thank you very much, Ava Sinclair. Yep, we walked by the Poop Cafe. I can't test.
This is a test donation for $25.
That's not a very good voice. The rat who plays Danganronpa. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Thank you. We're going to have to wait for this one to kick in. I will not touch the voice as we continue to stroll east through K-Town.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
With the Paul Hogan reference. Thank you, the rat who plays Danganronpa. Where are my... I'm looking for my voices here. We might just keep the Aussie. Let's keep the Aussie for tonight. So, Johnny subscribed to himself. No, I can do tests here, right? Johnny bought a t-shirt. I don't have merch, but I can set it to whenever someone does anything, it can pop that up. But I'm actually in the process of switching providers for the alerts. Because these ones look exactly the same as like 90% of other streamers, and I want to have my own look and feel. So using a different provider, I've been designing my own, and it looks absolutely atrocious because I did it, and I can't design anything to save my life. But when it gets good enough, I'm going to switch over to it. And this is a neighborhood where I used to live. I used to live just behind where I am now, over at Christie Station. So we're not yet in downtown. I know I often refer to what is and what isn't downtown. But when we get to Bathurst, we will officially, according to me, as if I'm some kind of authority on that, we will officially be in downtown once we are west. What I kind of want to do, Black Box says, here's Johnny. Black Box 863, thank you very much for the $5. With the scribe. One of my ex-wives was from Cornwall, UK. Couldn't
Yes, Johnny.
Ooh. Black Box, that it does not do the here's thing. I'm gonna let with the scribe. I'm gonna let it read yours, because it read Black Box is pretty quick.
One of my ex-wives was from Cornwall, UK. Couldn't understand a word when she yelled at me.
That reminds me very much of the of that Jeremy Clarkson show, The Farm, where they had that guy talking to him and he couldn't understand him. But Black Box, thank you so much for the here's Johnny $5, and with the scribe, thank you for your comment and your $5 super chat. There's the Honest Ed's redevelopment on the right. And thank you to David WSW for subscribing. Oh, no Jack Nicholson. Thank you, Sasha. Hope you're all having a good day. We're at over 300 viewers. Normally when I do the home streams on this channel, it does about half of what the streams outdoors do, but I get to kind of do one of these from here as I accidentally lean back into my green screen, which fortunately you couldn't see. Timbites are small round donuts. Timbits. Here's Johnny should be in an Ed McMahon voice, not a Jack Nicholson voice. How about a Jack Nicklaus voice? Dun, 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 dun. Let's try a test super chat.
This is a test super chat alert for $53.
Oh, when I go up, my head gets cut off. Raise your arms up. Tokyo smoke everywhere. Yeah, you will see Tokyo smokes everywhere. There's the old green beanery across the street. The owner of that place was a climate change denier, which is kind of interesting. And I've mentioned this before, but the annex has just been ravaged of its cafes. Did you ever shop at Honest Ed's? The slow cooker I have is from Honest Ed's, actually. You vote for Antonio Banderas. Okay, how do I change the voice? Manage themes. Text to speech. You'd stride out in a Johnny shirt. The slower cooker with protein. Sure was. That I kind of liked it. That slow cooker worked. Yeah, guys, I'm going to ask that you send your messages in English, because if you're writing, nothing against Chinese characters or other languages, but we have no way of knowing if that's something offensive or not. So I guess French is okay too as an official language of Canada, but if you're going to send a message, like if it's not in something that we can understand, just because it could be a slur, it could be something hateful, right? And we don't know, and I can't expect the mods to like copy and paste your message into Google Translate every time. So everyone's welcome to come to the chat and participate, but that's why it's got to be English. And if it, I will make an exception for Korean, because I can read Korean and I kind of enjoy it. And I will know if it's something bad. But other languages, it's just, like, we don't know. You could be saying something really nasty. And I don't like the idea of something hateful just sitting in the chat. So I hope you can understand why the foreign characters are just going to get deleted by the mods. Sorry. I feel bad about that, because I love free speech and I hate censorship, but we just can't know what you're saying, right? So that's the reason for that. See, I would have French is filthy every word. I wouldn't have. That's funny, Carl Ruff. I wouldn't have hidden that one. Like I said, I hate censoring what people say. It makes me cringe inside, but the rules are the rules. If there's anything hateful, that's not allowed. John says very tactful messaging. That's just my thought process behind that. Who is walking with the camera for you? This is me. I recorded this on Wednesday night, the real Gumby. I went out Wednesday night. We're going through the Annex neighborhood. This is, if you watch this channel with regularity, you'll be very familiar with this neighborhood. You should do this type of stream for your old Taiwan and Korea videos. Yeah, the idea, I've done that. I've actually played those videos on my Johnny Stumbles channel, where I've done this kind of stream, except for the background isn't so cool. It's just my kitchen, my dirty kitchen full of stuff to clean up. But yeah, Richard says, dude, your aspect ratio on life is like, wow. I don't know if that's a compliment or a negative. Lisa says, never been here. Yeah, I don't think you have. There's a really neat neighborhood on the south side called Harvard Village. You might want to check it out, aka South Annex. When was this vid taken? This was from Wednesday night. I don't know if I should have done like a video last Friday and done it this Friday, because Friday night's got kind of a buzz to it. There's a lot more people out. I like doing Friday stuff. I'm going to start doing more Saturday evening stuff. Not that I didn't do Saturday stuff before, but now that it gets darker earlier, it's kind of got a neat vibe to it when you go out at 5 p.m. The Future Bistro, yes. That's an excellent cafe. They have an amazing, amazing selection of just like cakes and pies and stuff if you ever want a really good snack. Love Toronto without the snow, don't you? I do. Brunswick Avenue, what's your favorite brunny memory? I think for a lot of people, it is having a drink there when they're 17 or 18, right? I remember going there, but honestly, with my particular, because I grew up in Mississauga, and by the time I was going to the Brunny, I wasn't yet living in Toronto or living downtown. So the Brunny was always the pre-drink for the Maddie. Never the other way around. The Brunny was never the destination. It was always go there. Sometimes we'd only make it to James Joyce across the street, but it would be Brunny, Maddie, Chinatown after 2 a.m., and get our asses back to Mississauga land. Have you been to the Poop Cafe? Yes. Yes, I have. That's an amazing chair you have. Just glides along the sidewalk. So we are approaching Spadina and Bloor, and I've mentioned this before, but this is probably my favorite neighborhood in the city. There you go, Instagram at Johnny Strides. This was made just for these live streams, by the way. I know there's a font critic out there. I don't know how I feel about the font, but I managed to get these to work on my outdoor streams, which is kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna translate these Chinese characters. Let's see. Since mods you don't need a mod. Yeah, I guess they couldn't hear me. I am a fan of Taiwan. Okay, harmless message, but again, we can't assume that there's nothing bad in there. That's why it got nuked. Richard worked at the Dance Cave. The Dance Cave is on top of Lee's Palace. Feels like an 80s night walk. All we need is some smooth jazz. YouTube audio library. You know what? Can I find some smooth jazz? Or any jazz? Oh, I didn't check to see if that one was copyright free. License. You're free to use this audio track in any of your videos. No attribution is required. Let's go back to the night walk. Bevy, that's okay. There's a lag. So by the time I said that, you wouldn't have known. It's okay. Like the jazz? Johnny put in your fave. Johnny, what? Someone mentioned Poppers earlier. Yeah, Poppers is actually owned by, it's like a laid back Madison for slightly older people. Terrible taste in music. Well, there's a channel called My Night Walk, which actually has the rights. I don't know if you can hear the sirens outside. That actually has the rights to all the original night walks that used to be on TV. Johnny M says cool music. Thank you. I played it myself. Marg says no jazz. Your steps match the beat. Yeah, I can't. How did they film that? Like a guy. Did they even have steady cams back then? Like, was it just a guy with a giant camera over his shoulder? Kind of. There's the Rochdale Apartments on the right. Gayubi, an excellent Japanese grill, is in the main floor of that building. And you got to go to their website and you got to get on like a waiting list. They don't do reservations. They give you like a window of time you have to kind of be waiting for. So you have to check in and then like it's kind of ridiculous actually. But for them it's good because it means that because with reservations, if a group finishes early, they can have a table sitting there empty for like 40 minutes, right? Some people don't want apps. They sit down, they order, they eat, they get the hell out. But the restaurant staggers it with reservations. So now they've got a table sitting there for like 45 minutes or an hour that they can't seat. So the way this place does it is actually kind of smart because it means as soon as someone leaves, they can seat it right away. Can you guys hear that? There's a kid screaming in the hallway. Pete says, good night, Johnny. Thank you for the wonderful stream. I enjoyed it. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you, Pete. Was the siren from outside your apartment or the walk? That was from outside of my apartment. People are saying good night to Kohana. Good night, Kohana. So we are heading upon St. George Street here. The Bata Shoe Museum should be directly across the street to my right. Nobody knows what they're saying, Bevy. If you can decipher that, you're a better person than me. Daniel says you should do a holiday Santa Claus parade route in a few weeks. Loved last year's walk in that neighborhood with all the giant inflatable Santas. Yes, I will be going back. That walk ended up on the Johnny Stumbles channel because filming in low light with these cameras is difficult. And it just did not look good, so I put it on my second channel. I'm going to go back more at twilight pretty soon. And I'm going to capture that neighborhood properly and put that on the Strides channel. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's go back to, how do I change the Australian voice? Alerts. Test super chat.
This is a test super chat alert for $12.
Super chat, open text to speech. That's Russell. What is this one? Okay, I found it. Dutch. There's a Dutch guy named Ruben. Should we see what Dutch Ruben sounds like?
This is a test super chat
Oh, how do I
alert
say
for
that?
$57.
Okay, let's try Dutch Ruben.
This is een test super chat alert voor $9.
Did you guys like that?
This is een test super chat alert voor $69.
Chinese? What does the Chinese... Is this going to say it in English?
This is een test super chat alert voor $55.
Oh, I think it doesn't save it.
This is a test super chat alert for $53.
Oh, it says it in... Okay, we're going to stick to English here. I've now got it on Nicole. She is,
This is a test super chat alert
No, that's
for
the...
$27.
Okay, guys, I'm going to stop this. Let's see if this one... This is the last one I'm going to do.
This is a test super chat alert for $43.
Okay, now we've got Nicole. We've got an Australian named Nicole doing our super chats. The great Dutch Ruben, says Robert. Oh, I don't know. Well, didn't say R&B, says Susan. Rob, hello. So that is the Royal Ontario Museum coming up on the right. I might ask for some feedback after the stream. Do you guys like it when I engage in the chat more, or would you rather me just look at the video and talk about that? I didn't really know. Like I said, this is something new. Should I just never do this again? One thing I was thinking of doing was I often have like 20-30 minute walks in between walks before recording. Maybe if I just go out and meet people, and rather than do 1 hour and 45-minute walk, I could string together a whole bunch of little walks and do this kind of stream and show you that way. Let me do a poll actually. So let's see what people want to vote for, and we'll see. And we're currently at 302 viewers. Witless Scribe says this is a great format, quite interesting. Thank you, the Witless Scribe. Lisa says the wheels are turning. Brad says the stream is very cool. Thank you. one of the things, whenever I do this kind of stream, YouTube doesn't push it as hard. You'll notice a lot of the familiar faces are here. So all the subscribers who typically come to the streams show up to these ones. But we get far less new people. For some reason, YouTube doesn't sort of spread this out in suggestions when I do it from home. It knows when I'm home and it knows when I'm using mobile software. The mobile ones, we can get up to like 600, 700, 800 votes or viewers sometimes, but the home ones, it's like, nah. It knows these ones don't get as much super chats. It knows these ones don't have that same kind of appeal, so it's less incentivized to promote it, which you think, that's YouTube's way of telling me to not do this. It's like, you dummy, don't do this kind of stream. Go outside into the real world. But I don't really care, so if you guys enjoy it, I enjoy it, and I can always post this video later somewhere else. CJ Hoyle likes this walking backwards style. Thank you, CJ Hoyle. Long time no see. Maybe we should get together and do another video at some point. And you know what, CJ? I've now got dual... these are connected to one receiver, so I've got the dual microphones, which are kind of perfect for doing a collaboration. If I should have one with Ryan at some point when I get my scooter or e-bike back up. Johnny should look where he is going. I always look where I'm going. I don't cross the street blindly. So now we are entering Yorkville. There is the Church of the Redeemer. If it picks up steam, YouTube will promote it. Yeah, even if they don't. I mean, the fact that, I mean, there's people here, like, is good enough for me. I'm happy. I'm happy if you're happy. Mink Mile, I feel so poor. Don't worry, Susan. I never shop here. You will see part of this on the video that I recorded tonight. So this will be coming on Sunday, but it's mostly not here. This is just part of it. Pull out your platinum cards. It's the Mink Mile Platinum. You might need the black cards. Maybe a bike ride in the snow together. You know what, CJ Hoyle? I need to get my e-bike fixed. And I was going to do that like last week. And then the snow came. And then I got all these side projects. And I bought this green screen. And then I bought a whole bunch of studio lights. So yeah. Thank you, Sasha. Like, I can change... See, now I have like this cold looking skin. Now it's very like warm and overly red. So I kind of like this. I have a light off to the side to kind of give me a bit of a shadow. Like, I learned a whole lot about like studio lighting, and I still have no idea if this is any good or not. But it's something at least. Deborah is so old, she remembers when Yorkville had hippies. I think my mom does too. She told me, she was the first person to tell me that this was where all the hippies hung out. You had dinner at the Four Seasons. Yeah, the old Four Seasons was just, it looked just like a commie apartment block. But the new one, they did that place right. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to, here's the old Pottery Barn on the left. Does it feel awkward to film in public? No, because, well, this one actually, I have bad news. This one just died today. Like it gives an exposure error. But this is what I record with. This little thing. But I'll actually be recording with this, so rest in peace DJI Pocket 2. And this one is now out of warranty, so it's basically, it doesn't work properly. I don't want to give it to anyone, so I think I'm just gonna like break it, like snap it in half and give it to an electronics recycler. I don't know what to do with it, but yeah, I dropped it in one of my walks, and today it started acting up, and it's just completely unusable. So I might try to flash new firmware on it just to give it one more try, but I'm pretty sure it's hardware. If your home is like a studio, it may be tax deductible. Bill, there are ways to, a certain percentage of it is. I'm just going to copy my homework from last year's taxes. So we are approaching Bloor and Yorkville. I'm going to turn south here, and we're going to head down Bloor Street. Sorry, Bay Street. Bloor and Yorkville. Bay and Bloor. Ah, wake up, idiot. So there's the Manulife Center. What a brutalist chunk of concrete that is. But at least it meets the street really well, right? I don't mind brutalist architecture when it meets the sidewalk in a manner as nice as that. So it's an A+ from me. Also, it's kind of an iconic building. But I'm going to go to the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to get a new beer. So you're on your own. Be good, folks, but I think there's some mods there, so I'll just give me a minute. I'll be 1 second. He's back. Okay, let's see how the poll went. 53% voted for one long walk. 23% says a number of short walks. 24% said hop on 1 foot the entire stream. Yes, Bay Bloor Radio was just on the left as we walked by Italy. So I looked into my fridge, and every single can of beer I have has green in it, which is not good. I should not be having green products with the green screen behind me. All right, Lisa, have a good night. Green beer can, magic drink. So I got the one with the least amount of green. It is Space Invader. But you can kind of see how it's going in and out there. The bottom of the can is kind of see-through. It's the best I could do. The side of the can should be completely see-through. So this is my magic beer can. Donnie's in the kitchen. So we are heading south. Mikhail voted for the hop. I think our super chatters should get 5 votes, right? No, that wouldn't be fair. Ooh, this is very different from the barking squirrel I was just having. Everyone's saying goodnight to Lisa. Did you check that the toilet papers were over, not under? They're always under. This is my home. Thank you, Steven or Stefan? I don't know. Steven, right? It's got to be Steven. Because it would be Ann the other way. Are you drunk yet? No. You need a Budweiser. All right, Fans Buses Gaming. I played some Twitch with Fans Buses Gaming. One thing I miss about my old setup was I was able to just like stop and go into the web browser and like look stuff up together. That type of stream is not going away. That is Sunday on the other channel. This is the hardcore walking channel. So none of this funny business with the kitchen behind me. We're just walking. And we're going south on Bay. And I'm realizing that if I didn't interact with you guys, if I was just kind of narrating this walk, that might be kind of boring. I could kind of just do that as a pre-recorded walk, which might be another kind of video to explore. Yes, it's pronounced Steen. All right, thank you. Or Steven. I don't see the V in there. Fans Buses Gaming needs a PC. Yes, you need a PC. Jeanette, $10. Good night, Johnny and everyone. That's your second super chat today, Jeanette. You sent one during the premiere this morning. Very grateful for your support. And we're going to hear the Aussie woman right now as the crowd hushes. We're listening. Where is she? She's going to come here. Hello? I hope I didn't break it.
Good night, Johnny and everyone. Smiley face.
Ooh. So I'm gonna, thank you, Jeanette. I'm gonna change the voice, but I'm not gonna do a test, and I'm not gonna say who it was. Oh, they have Canadian here. Oh, there's Welsh. I have to do that. Okay, the new voice is Welsh. All right, next time we're going to hear a Welsh voice. I almost forgot. There's a Welsh YouTuber called Simon Wilson who has kind of like a travel YouTube channel that's really interesting. Anthony says you want to do some comments, Johnny. I do comments on the other channel. I don't do the comments on this channel. I'm thinking of making some videos now that I've got the old green screen. Kind of doing like a compilation style where I could do like some interesting comments on this channel and on my other channel, but from both of my channels I'll just kind of pick some of the nice comments, pick some of the really dumb comments, pick some of my better smart-ass replies, and we will see. Action BJ says I'm not going to say the voice, and immediately says the voice. I didn't play the voice though. I didn't play the voice. But we've got a Welsh gentleman. Simon Wilson is fake though. Oh, you mean like he doesn't really go into UFC events and Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor without pain type fake? I believe that. Or get on a private jet. I believe that a lot. Or sneak into Disney World is probably not being honest. Marg H says testing 1 2 3. What does a Welsh voice sound like to thee? Thank you, Marg H. Yeah, Simon has collaborated with Harold. As we wait for some Welsh voice action to come in. Thank you, Marg H, for the $5.
Testing 1 2 3.
The Welsh voice sounds kind of like the Australian voice.
This is a test super chat alert for $39.
Okay, Welsh, you are gone. I'm gonna pick a new voice. Legacy voice. There's a lot of Americans in there. Why not Gaelic? There's a new voice, but if it doesn't come, we don't find out. Maybe I'll change it every time. Don't you ever drink wine anymore? I haven't drank wine in a while, actually. I keep looking behind me like I'm going to grab some alcohol and pull it out like my other stream. I bought a bottle of gin. I bought some Boodle's gin that I've been into. And that's kind of been my non-wine thing. John O'Meara just asked a genuine question. Okay, I'm not reading all of these messages here. Sorry about that. Style that green screen with fun props. These are all ideas for the other channel, Richard. This channel will have some... I know I am me. I'm not really... There's no difference between Johnny Stumbles and Johnny Strides. We're the same friggin' guy. Let's not kid ourselves, but... We'll try to keep this channel a little more serious. You'll get more wine for Christmas anyways. That is probably true. If you've ever worked in an office and had any type of Kringle or gift giveaway, those $20 bottles of wine just kind of get passed around like crazy. And you will collect a lot of them. And then you keep them. And then you re-gift them eventually, right? Ooh, I think we're at the end of the line for my first camera. This might be the last video I ever record with this camera. Well, the one after this, actually. Yeah, I think the next block I do my old camera switcheroo. So we're heading south on Bay Street. So we're getting towards the heart of downtown. Gerrard Street, or sorry, College would be the next major street. But I venture off of Bay Street when I get to College. There needs to be a speak and spell voice option. Mike had a speak and spell back in the 80s. Your friend thinks one of me, Strides or Stumbles, is a computer-generated image. It's possible. TJ Snyder, watching from Edmonton. Love your videos. Makes me miss Ontario. I've never been to Edmonton. That might be kind of neat. Thank you, by the way, for freezing the Mexican national soccer team and allowing Canada to win. Yes, Nando's just across the street to the right. Johnny Reacts channel when? I don't know. Making a new channel is such a big commitment. If I do anything outside of strictly walking, it's going to go on the Stumbles channel. Like if I made a Twitch and I got kind of excited about it and I made a bunch of streams and then it kind of tapered off. Just because what I do is so time consuming and exhausting as is. Like in a good way, I enjoy doing it, but like most YouTubers don't even maintain their second channels, even the really big ones. Or if they do, it's because they're paying someone to like make clips out of their streams and their videos and put them on the second channel. They're not actually doing it themselves. So second channels are... So for me to get a third channel, it would have to be something that really works. Something that was kind of like automated. So Reacts videos is probably not going to happen. Wow, I spent too much time on that. So we are walking into College Park now, and we're about to see the Barbara Ann Scott Ice Trail. Richard Bishop says, keep stuff simple. Exactly. If it's walking in decent quality, it's on this channel. Everything else goes on the other channel. Have you been to Aurelia before? Yes. I have been to Casino Rama, and I have a friend who lives in Aurelia, and I'm pretty sure I've been there for some baseball tournaments at some point. So, yes, I have been to Aurelia. Mikhail Bandini. All right, Nickel Nudie, it's a... All right, Mikkel, we're going to let the new speech dictator dictate.
Klatsjuverate N, necktie, nectar, nickel, noodle. It's a N word. It's definitely a N word.
I picked a British lady. Thank you, Mikkel Bandini, for the 4.99 euros. Let me see if I can change that voice. All right, that was Emma. Emma, you are no longer allowed. I'm gonna... Oh, there's English Australian, English British, English Indian, English US, English Welsh. Those are my options. But I think the what does this Icelandic guy sound like? It's from Army of Darkness. Yes! Verata, Kleptu, Necktie. He just kind of coughed. Yeah, basically I said it. I don't know how I missed that reference. Kit Burchard, Vicariously Canadian. Great new Toronto channel. Thank you. Kit Burchard. Vicariously Canadian.
Vicariously Canada. Great new Toronto channel.
Thank you for the super chat, Kit Burchard. Vicariously Canadian. And that was, what was that language I just picked there? I gotta change that, eh? That was Carl. And Carl is Icelandic. Ooh, we have a Korean in here. Ali BHG. Yeah, Indian. They speak English very, very fluently in India. Right? It's one of the reasons why so many of our companies outsource call center work there. India and the Philippines. Those are two countries that have just a huge percentage of their population just speaks English really well. Do you know that skating rink in Ottawa is actually the longest in Canada? Oh, the one at the Rideau Canal? This is the Barbara Ann Scott Trail. What's cool about this is underneath this skating trail, it's actually cooled. So even when it's above zero, there's no worry of the ice melting. Last year they had, oh, there's a girl roller skating. How cool is that? We have people ice skating and someone out in shorts and t-shirt roller skating. But this is College Park. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I forgot what I was saying. Maybe the beer's getting to me. Been to Belleville. I think I have family in Belleville. Or they would always come here. Oh, I went there. I went to Trenton. I always get Belleville and Trenton mixed up in my mind for some reason. I've been to Trenton. I went fishing in Trenton once. But I know for sure I had family of some sort in Belleville. Have you been to Barrie? Yes, I have been to Barrie many times. I remember when you would used to drive into Barrie and it would say population and it was less than 50,000. What's the population of Barrie now? What's the population of Barrie? 153,356. So it's like tripled since I was a kid. Frank Axworthy, $5. How's it going? Frank Axworthy, thank you very much for the $5. I don't know if it'll be able to read that. Let's see. We have gone through a lot of different speakers tonight. But thank you, Frank. And we're now on Yonge Street, heading south. This is Gerard. Alerts, alerts. Thank you, Frank. our current voice is Ravina. I can even take the GO train to Barrie one day. Yeah, you can do that. Thank you, Frank. I don't like walking in scaffolding because you get like too uncomfortably close to people. That's why I'm walking on the outside of the scaffolding. And not because I'm afraid of being close to people, it's just with the camera it can get a bit awkward, so that's why we're here. Johnny, how do you pronounce Etobicoke? Etobicoke, Marcia. There was a Netflix documentary, Don't F with Cats. Well, it was a series where one of the people kept calling it Etobicoke, or I think Etobicoke, but it's Etobicoke. Do you want to see something crazy? Do you want to see what I look like beautiful? Look at that. Do you guys like teenage girl beautified Johnny? I added a beauty filter. That's how you know I'm into the drinks. And then we can go a little bit more natural. So this is like half strength beauty filter. How is this? I'm waiting for the beauty filter to kick in on the main screen. And now I can take the beauty filter right off and we can go back to just looking normal. There we go. No more teenage girl face. Kelly, your adventure is awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Is offending someone a crime over there in Toronto? What? I'm not going to address that. Johnny, when are you traveling to California? I don't know, actually. I'm probably not going to do the US next. There's some additional hurdles with YouTube in the US. And I really, really, really want to go overseas. So I think we're going to be doing that. Ali BHG says, what is that banging? There's no banging here, at least. If you went to the middle of Barrie and pointed a gun, it probably wouldn't matter what direction you fired, says Richard. Oh. Are you doing this from home? Yes, I am at home. But I was outside Wednesday night, walking around for an hour and some odd minutes when I recorded this. Does the beauty filter do hair and makeup? No, I need a haircut. I have someone whispering in my ear, you really need to go get a haircut. And I'm like, I'm just busy working on my channel all day, okay? But we'll get to that. Yes, Ryerson University on the left. We just passed the Ryerson University Student Center. You rocked the female Halloween filters. I did on the other channel. We had a whole bunch of filters popping up on that. Black Box 863.
치티뱅뱅 치티뱅뱅와 웰투 여파 이나부터 타워 더 해피타임 웰 스펜드 뱅뱅 치티뱅뱅 아파인포 펜다드 프렌드 뱅뱅 치티뱅뱅 아파인포 펜다드 프렌드.
I think that was Korean. Black Box 863. Thank you. I think we were in the Korean voice for that. Because I noticed a Korean inflection. But thank you very much for the $50. Wow, that blows me away. Like, even though this stream has half the views of a normal stream, it's getting more support. So thank you guys. Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you, Black Box 863. Kelly says your hair is good. Susan is laughing out loud at that. Alright, so that was the Korean, but I've switched it to the Indian person now. So we'll see how this comes out. Johnny, what was the last concert you saw? Ooh, that was a long... I want to say it was... Ooh, I can't even remember. I was in Korea. Yeah, I was in Korea the last time I saw, like, an actual concert. I don't know. I'm going to have to get back to you on that, because there's a whole bunch, and the order is kind of out of it's not coming clear to me right now. And that's not just because I'm on another beer. Of course you would finish this at Dundas Square. Well, why not? And guys, we are heading down into the end of this. Maybe I'll stick around for a minute or two after, but this is the end of the walk. We started at Dundas West, then I walked east all the way to Bay Street, and then south to College Park, and then I cut through to Yonge, and then I came down to here to Dundas Station. Devin says 319 watching. Thank you, Devin. Thank you all 319 of you, and everyone who tuned in even for just 1 second and then tuned out. Thank you to everyone who hit a like. Thank you to all the super chatters. Like, the support has been amazing. Quick poll. Should we do this again? Like I said, I'm not replacing the other streams with this. This isn't the new streaming format. It's a new streaming format. So we're still going to do the other ones. I'm still going to go outside on the e-bike with the camera strapped to my chest, or walking around with the camera on the gimbal. But I kind of like the idea of doing the silent videos. It's not something I have done in over a year. So this just gave me a reason to do it. And now I have this video that I can repurpose somehow. Maybe upload it to Stumbles, just in case anyone wants to watch it. Maybe its own screen. Crescent Art Designs, 99 cents. Thank you very much, Crescent Art Designs, for the 99 cents. Kelly says, hell yes. 320 viewers. Zach says yes. Have you tried the new Timbits? No, I have not. Kathleen says yes. Love it, Johnny. So here we are waiting. Oh, this is a really good test of my green screen here. You cannot see any fringing at all. Be afraid. See, my other camera looks bigger big, but this camera looks better big. This camera looks better small. Black Box says yes, do it again. Thank you, Black Box. Your support has blown me away. Thank you. And thank you to everyone else. This stream is winding down. It's not dead. I'm going to go sit on my couch and watch some Bellator at 10 p.m. If you're in Canada and you like fighting, there is an amazing title fight between Horiguchi and Pettis tonight. And I think Horiguchi could beat Peter Yan and Sterling. Just my opinion. Don't hate me for it. But yeah, good night of sports coming up. But thank you. Good night, Vivian Johnson. I see someone saying good night to her. But good night to everyone else. Thank you to our mods for modding. Bevy, Yogi, Ali BHG, Action VJ. And I know there are other ones here. Estelle, Tio Steve, thank you. Kelly says Vitamin C. Johnny, I think you should try streaming in all different ways that keeps you interested, as well as your viewers. Thank you, Vivian. That is exactly what I'm trying to do. Just keep it interesting for me and for everybody. Marie says, this was different. Thanks, Johnny. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but thank you, Marie Palmer. Susan says goodnight. Mikkel, when is the vote button? Oh, yeah, I forgot the hot button. I'm going to kill this thing here. Thank you. Island, Tara, Robert, Alex. Jorgie says, don't let the beavers bite. Ava Sinclair at the buzzer, $5. We're actually going to sit here and wait until this ends, and I've got a little good night screen. Thank you, Ava Sinclair, for the $5, and we're going to hear our new accent, or our new voice kick in. Come on, stream alerts. Oh, there's no message with that, just $5, so there's nothing to read. Thank you, Ava Sinclair. Everyone's saying have a good night. So I'm going to wait for this train to roll in. Then I'm going to walk into the train. I'm going to sit down, and then I'm going to press off. And then a little thank you screen I created just for this stream is going to pop in. So yes, I actually put a little bit of effort into this. As he pats himself on the back. when my eyes are that way, I'm watching this video. Mikael says, thanks to all of you chat and to you, Johnny. It was fun. All right. Have a great weekend. You can already see the numbers are starting to drop off, but you guys are just dying to see what this crazy new
Please stand clear of the doors.
thank you for watching screen is going to look like. Aren't you? Maybe I'm a little small. There we go. Good night, Eva Sinclair. Thank you for the super chat just now. And thank you to everyone else.
College Station.
Best mod in the business, says Action BJ. Yogi, you're still here. Yogi, thank you. That's incredible. I know you're in your time zone. This must be almost 4 a.m. There we go. All right, guys. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. If you're interested in channel membership, there's links in the description. Patreon or YouTube channel membership. Pick which one you like. Or don't pick any. It's good enough that you're just here and doing your thing. I'm still here for the scene after the credits. You know what, Mikael? There is no... You just gave me an idea. I should do that. I should do a scene after the credits, shouldn't I? That would be really, really cool if I did that. Womp womp womp. That's it. It's over. Thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the super chats. Subscribe if you haven't. If you like just hanging out in this format and you're not subscribed to my Johnny Stumbles channel, head over there and do that. I do this pretty much every Sunday night, probably this Sunday at around the same time. Only since you stuck around with me, we often have the kitchen in the background. There we go. That's what is really going on back there. When you stick around to the end, you get to see the real you get to see the real thing, right? Anyways, guys, have yourselves a great weekend. I don't know when I'll be streaming next on this channel, but I will be streaming on Stumbles on Sunday. No peanut tree yet. So since you stuck around to the end, I had to show you what was going on. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. So happy Friday. If you like fighting, Bellator, 10 p.m. It's free on YouTube. No outtakes. All right, guys. Have a good night. Yoink. I will be